Get your pen and paper ready, because I'm about to tell you about self-defense. Real self-defense. First of all, parents, stop giving your kids bullshit advice talking about self-defense as if somebody hit you, then you hit them back. That ain't no damn self-defense. It's called mutual combatancy. And in case you didn't notice, this is the way California works, like most other states. You hit somebody, you have committed a crime. You hit them back, you committed a crime. And we got enough jail cells for both of y'all. That's why so many of y'all in jail right now. Because you sit up there, believe you know the law, believe you know some shit about what you can do and what you can't do, and you steady in handcuffs, riding in the back of police cars, getting locked up behind bars, behind what you think you're supposed to be able to do versus what you can and can't do. Let me explain something to you. Self-defense is any action that you commit in order to prevent yourself from getting hurt. What does that mean? If a bus hits your ass when you crossing the street, do you jump up and hit it back? Probably not. You go and fall into a bear cage at the zoo. The bear run up, smack you and claw you up, but for some reason you ain't dead yet. Do you run up there and punch the bear back? No, you don't. So let's stop saying stupid stuff like self-defense is me smacking them back. That's being vindictive. That's revenge. There ain't no damn self-defense. Now, somebody says, I'm gonna kill you. Run towards you with a knife. And somehow, just as they get there, you smack them a good one and knock them smooth out. That's self-defense. Why? Because the only reason I hit them is because they told me they intended to hurt me and they had the means and the will to actually do it. But if somebody punches you and they didn't break your bones, they didn't knock you out, they didn't kill you, the only reason you hitting them back is because in your mind, that was validation that you stand a chance of whooping them in a fight. And if you know you can whoop them in a fight, then you're not in fear of bodily harm. And if you're not afraid of bodily harm, how can you claim to be defending yourself against someone that you don't even believe can hurt you? That's basic common sense. Now I'm going to tell you the little bit of things that I learned over the years in martial arts about self-defense. Scenario number one. Old lady jogging. She in a new neighborhood, just moved into her new house. She happy. Kids bought her a nice house, so she go for a little power walk jog. You know the old ladies with the sticks that walk in the morning. Some of them got dogs, some of them don't. Behind her, 225-pound bodybuilder. Dude is yoked. He huffing and puffing in the sweatsuit. You can hear him behind her. She turn around, look, a little bit of panic, heart start beating a little bit faster. She pick up the pace, but she knows she ain't gonna outrun this dude. He's still coming. It's like 4, 5 in the morning. She got out here early so she wouldn't see nobody. Here comes Gigantor. That mean ain't no help, ain't no cars on the street, ain't no backup, ain't nobody coming. So she reach her hand into her pocket, her little fanny pack. Just as the dude comes up behind her, she spins around, pepper sprays him in the face, takes her little stick, starts smacking him in the head. He rolling around, crying on the ground in pain. She whips out her cell phone, dial 911, the police roll up. And they see a brother officer in the ground, and they crack up laughing. The dude been jogging every morning for the last 15 years. It's his neighborhood. She new to the neighborhood. Is that self-defense? Take it to a courtroom, they're going to say, yeah, because it's reasonable. Reasonable man clause, right? It's reasonable that a woman would want to defend herself. An older woman, she's petite, half the dude's size, twice the dude's age. It's reasonable that she felt in danger. It's reasonable that she would feel a need to defend herself through non-lethal means. It's reasonable. It's not unreasonable for somebody to say, I'm afraid, right? That makes sense. Scenario number 2. I run up to you. I'm tired of you bullying me. I'm tired of you picking on me. Let's get it going. I hit you. You hit me back. Who started the fight? Now everybody gonna say, I started the fight because I ran up. I'm tired of you. Hit him. But what is a fight? Is a fight one person punching another? Or is a fight two people exchanging violence? Whether verbal or physical. Very good. It's two people exchanging. So at what point did two people exchange? When the second person hit. So who started the fight? The second person. That's why that's not self-defense. See, when you got hit, you had a choice. Option number 1, run away. Option number 2, call somebody, namely the police. Option number 3, hit them back. Which one did you pick? Because if you picked hit them back, that means you bypassed the other 2 options. And if you bypass the other 2 options, it means that person wanted to fight you, and you wanted to fight them. And if you want to fight them, and you're willing to fight them, and you stand there and fight them, that's not self-defense. It's called mutual combatancy. I'm a fool and I want to fight. You a fool and you want to fight. We got jail cells for everybody. Remember, you're living in a country that got more prisons than universities. You're living in a country where they have more on-campus police officers at high schools than they have psychiatrists, counselors, and college counselors combined. You walk on a high school campus, they got 6 to 12 security guards and armed police officers. They might have 1 college counselor and 1 part-time psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor, all rolled into one person that's only on campus 3 days a week. That's the society you live in. We can't wait to get our hands on you, lock you up, and collect that federal grant money into the state, because now you a felon, because violent crime means you a felon. And if it's a felony or a violation of federal rules, the state gets federal funding for housing the prisoner at a rate of $80,000 a year. You better follow the money instead of following that bullshit you see on TikTok. Now, scenario number 3. I hit you, you hit me back. But when you hit me back, you say, I'm going to kill you, and you continue to hit me once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. So I pick up a rock off the ground and bust you in the head. When we go to court, which one of us can actually claim self-defense? If you said the person that hit him 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you're absolutely wrong. Why? I hit you once. I stopped. You hit me 4, 5 times. That means you don't intend on stopping. And when you make the decision that you don't intend on stopping, then the option to stop you became mine. Self-defense is when you commit an act to prevent imminent harm, even if that harm is not genuinely actual, but just perceived. The old lady walking with a stick, there was no actual danger to her, but she genuinely perceived it, and her perception was reasonable, right? It was reasonable for her to say, I think this dude is going to attack me. Well, in this scenario, I hit you, but I wasn't trying to beat you to death. You got mad and went off, decided you was going to beat me to death. So now I'm going to do something to stop you from beating me to death. So what I'm doing is self-defense. Now you got to look at the whole picture. That doesn't mean I don't face potential criminal charges and lawsuits for the first time I hit you. But the second time when I hit you back, it's because you was going crazy and you wasn't going to stop. Remember the scenario with the knife and the man punching him? It's the same concept. You are a bigger danger to me than I was to you now. So I got to do something to stop you. So self-defense is when you do something because you perceive that harm is about to happen and you do it to stop the harm from happening. The problem with the you hit me and I hit you back is self-defense bullshit that too many people are teaching each other, is the fact that once you get hit, hitting them back doesn't stop the harm that you've already experienced from the first hit. So that is not self-defense because you did not stop the attack. You responded to the attack, but you did not stop the attack. So it's not self-defense. Remember, you see cops all the time whip out their guns and kill people for what? Hey, they pulled out a cell phone. They reached in their pocket. They pulled their hand out of their pocket. They turned around too fast. Nobody ever actually gets to attack a cop. Why? Because the self-defense concept is, I thought he was going to do something, so I killed him first. That's the concept of self-defense. I thought you was going to do something. The concept of self-defense is not you did something, so I got my lick back. That ain't no self-defense. That's revenge, and revenge is against the law. So know what you're talking about, because what trips me out, especially parents, you would tell your child to do something that if you did the exact same thing at your job, you'd be fired. But then you send them to school. And I ask kids all the time, would your mom go to work and if some customer is cussing them out and going crazy, will she go punch him in the face? No. Why? She get fired. So if she don't go to her job, and do stupid stuff like that? Why is she sending you to your job to do stupid stuff like that? You're supposed to be here for education. You're supposed to be here to get your mind right.